I told a lot of people, and nobody did a thing.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're looking at 10 celebrities who tried to warn us about Harvey Weinstein.
We had one instance in a hotel room where he made a pass at me.
For this list, we'll be looking at prominent figures in news and entertainment who attempted to expose the Hollywood mogul's wicked acts before they were made widely public. Were there others who tried to raise the alarm before 2017 that didn't make our list? Let us know in the comments below. Angelina Jolie.
If you even so much as think of touching me, you're going to find yourself limping back to your mother's womb.
Dozens of women have made accusations against Harvey Weinstein. Most of them have told variations of the same story. He used his position to lure them up to a hotel room for a meeting.
Jolie says she rejected the advances and chose never to work with Weinstein again.
When they arrived, he would either harass or try to force himself on them. That was the exact experience described to the New York Times by Angelina Jolie.
The New York Times reports Angelina Jolie alleges Weinstein made unwanted advances in a hotel room during the release of the film Playing by Heart.
In the late 1990s, Weinstein pulled this move on her at a hotel, and she rejected him. Afterwards, she never worked with him again and warned anyone she knew who was about to.
Somehow the truth comes out. The truth comes through.
Jolie additionally said, "This behavior towards women in any field, any country, is unacceptable." Gwyneth Paltrow.
Paltrow now claims in the mid-90s Harvey Weinstein harassed her as well.
After Weinstein brought Paltrow onto the film Emma, she was called to his hotel room for a meeting. Once the producer initiated unwanted contact, the actress got out of the room.
Gwyneth was invited to the hotel room, the business meeting, and then threatened with losing her job if she refused him.
She told her agent, no one does a thing.
Paltrow was soon encouraged to stay silent about the harassment. Despite telling Brad Pitt, the actor alone wasn't able to expose the producer.
Here's a guy he's like a dad to you.
Yeah, I was shocked.
When you tell Brad says, this guy.
According to reporters Jodie Cantor and Megan Twohey, Gwyneth Paltrow played a key role in breaking the Weinstein story in 2017. She reportedly spoke with them early on and helped them convince others to come forward.
Society had shown us only basically examples where women coming forward ended up not being advantageous for the woman. But I really felt like it was time.
Although Weinstein allegedly arrived at a party to intimidate her, Paltrow still pressed forward to speak about what happened to her.
He said, if you ever make her feel uncomfortable again, I'll kill you.
Sharon Waxman. Over the years, a number of reporters tried to break the story about Weinstein. One such reporter was Sharon Waxman, formerly of the New York Times. She claimed that the paper prevented her from going forward with an article about Weinstein's transgressions in the early 2000s.
I think that there was not enough evidence to print what people had heard vaguely.
According to Waxman, she spoke to a major enabler for the mogul and a victim who had been given money to stay silent. But while she attempted to publish the full story, Weinstein reportedly interfered by speaking to several times higher-ups.
The idea that this predator, this assaulter, was out there silencing women, it's beyond infuriating.
He allegedly convinced high-profile actors to help protect his enabler. If the producer hadn't stepped in, Waxman could have brought more attention to him back in 2004.
Clearly, Harvey was at the time, and not only me, any story, any negative story that was going to be printed about him, he would go full-on aggressive. Anything, any tool, any card he could play, any tool he could use to get that story not to appear in print.
Mira Sorvino. Mira Sorvino was one of the women who spoke to Ronan Farrow for his piece in The New Yorker. During the first round of promotion for her movie, Mighty Aphrodite, she said Weinstein had attempted to force himself on her.
Sorvino says Harvey Weinstein sexually harassed her, trying to pressure her into a physical relationship during a hotel room encounter.
He reportedly came to her apartment in New York to try again. In the wake of these incidents, Sorvino had difficulties working in Hollywood without coming forward about Weinstein's behavior. Her career also suffered behind the scenes due to his machinations.
When you look back at it now, what did you lose because of Harvey Weinstein?
I lost
access to studio films.
Although she attempted to speak to someone at his company, she was still discouraged from going public. Sorvino later spoke about her past encounters with Weinstein in 2017.
Sorvino recently told The Hollywood Reporter that she couldn't say for certain that her career was impacted after she refused Weinstein's advances when she was a young actress on the verge of stardom, but now she knows.
Seth MacFarlane. In 2011, actress Jessica Barth told her friend and collaborator Seth MacFarlane about her own encounter with Harvey Weinstein.
The actor released a statement. He said he made the quip because a friend of his, actress Jessica Barth, confided in MacFarlane that she was an alleged victim of Weinstein's.
2 years later, the comedian gave us our first hint behind the curtain. MacFarlane was hired to host the 2013 Oscars.
5 ladies no longer have to pretend to be attracted to Harvey Weinstein.
During the announcement of the nominees for the Best Supporting Actress, he cracked a joke that hinted at Weinstein's behavior.
We didn't run it by Harvey Weinstein. We just figured let's just throw everything at the wall and see who gets mad.
MacFarlane further explained to reporters why he spoke out after the scandal broke in 2017. He said, "When I hosted the Oscars in 2013, I couldn't resist the opportunity to take a hard swing in his direction. Although the joke didn't open the floodgates at the time, it showed that several stars had an awareness of Weinstein's misdeeds." Lauren O'Connor. In 2015, Lauren O'Connor was an up-and-coming creative executive at the Weinstein Company. Unfortunately, the toxic environment took its toll on her.
For your records, November 3rd, 2015. I have experienced repeated harassment and abuse from the head of this company.
Before she left, O'Connor wrote a memo and sent it to multiple executives at the company. The memo brought attention to misconduct and sexual harassment by the company's founder and CEO, Harvey Weinstein. In it, she accuses him of tormenting people and physical assault.
There was this one time where I made a mistake. He said, "You're smart enough to be me. And if you don't want to be me, you're wasting your time. Why don't you just go marry some fat, rich Jewish because maybe all you're good for is making babies."
O'Connor initially thought that her writings would be buried due to the legal and social pressures she faced. However, the memo was eventually leaked.
Lauren, I'm sorry this is difficult for you. We're not going to publish the whole memo.
It eventually helped other reporters start building a case against Weinstein. Lena Dunham. After Dunham was made aware of Weinstein's behavior, she tried to do something about it in 2016. In addition to being a power player in Hollywood, Weinstein was a major donor in Democratic politics. He was a big supporter of Hillary Clinton in particular.
Actress Lena Dunham claiming she warned the Clinton campaign about Hollywood producer Harvey Weinstein's alleged sexual misconduct.
During her presidential campaign, Dunham contacted political staffers to inform them about his behavior.
What was your reaction when you first read those allegations?
I was shocked and appalled.
The actress tried to make the argument that being associated with such a controversial person could reflect badly on the organization. In follow-up stories, several staffers claimed that the conversation about specific allegations didn't happen. Dunham continued to be vocal about Weinstein after that point.
She heard troubling stories about Harvey Weinstein from other actors and actresses and warned Christina Shake, the Clinton campaign deputy communications director, in an email.
David Carr. David Carr was a culture reporter and media columnist at the New York Times from 2002 to 2015. In 2001, he wrote a piece about Weinstein for New York Magazine.
The New Yorker team heard that audio and understood the number of testimonials that we had about this. They said, okay, let's go to the mat. Let's get as much as we can together as fast as we can.
He reported on a 2000 incident. Journalist Rebecca Traister asked Weinstein what he considered impertinent questions, and he verbally abused her. Following that, Weinstein physically attacked her boyfriend, journalist Andrew Goldman. The NYPD did nothing with the complaint.
When you think about the complicity of the Hollywood community, agents were guilty of that, as were some studio heads, as were some producers, as were some directors, and actors and actresses, and staffers.
Afterwards, Carr repeatedly tried to break the Weinstein scandal, but the two victims he tried to get on the record ultimately decided not to speak publicly.
Mr. Weinstein intends to enter a plea of not guilty.
Unfortunately, Carr passed away before the producer's conduct became widely known. Ashley Judd. Ashley Judd was one of the more famous individuals to accuse Harvey Weinstein in the original TUI and Cantor article.
I told my dad.
I told my agent, I told the people with whom I was filming that night, and Harvey punished me.
He initially made advances on her in a private hotel room meeting. After getting out of that situation, she spoke to her mother, singer Naomi Judd. The actress was also part of a small community of victims who talked about their experiences with each other.
She says before she decided to speak out, it was frightening. Not clear whether anyone would believe the women or anyone would care.
She first came forward publicly in 2015, 2 years before the scandal finally broke. In an interview with Variety, Judd finally told the world about her experience. Although she didn't accuse Weinstein by name at the time, she eventually provided the full story.
I showed up at the Peninsula one morning to have this work breakfast, and he just started in on me right away. Can I give you a massage? You must be so tired. I was like, no, you may not.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Rose McGowan. Rose McGowan has been outspoken about Harvey Weinstein for years.
Harvey, I've read the thorough reports, and Rose comes across as a disturbed, pathological liar. Clearly, she must be stopped in her ridiculous, defamatory attacks on you. She is dangerous.
In the past, she told Ronan Farrow about a 1997 incident for a book. After her early career successes, she met with Weinstein at a hotel. He then proceeded to assault her in his room.
He walked behind me down a hallway, and then he said, "This is the jacuzzi room." And I looked in, and he pushed me inside.
Although McGowan claimed to have told Ben Affleck about the incident, nothing came of her disclosure. The actress initially accepted a settlement for Weinstein's crime. However, upon recognizing that she was still legally free to talk about it, McGowan told her harrowing story.
Harvey Weinstein is still trying to gaslight people, saying like, no, that never happened.
You didn't see what you saw. America. What was that, 98 times, did you say?
82 times.
82
the president
times.
said America.
The actress even refused $1 million offer for her silence so that she could continue to speak about Weinstein.
He is a sociopathic predator. He thinks he's done nothing wrong.